Hi guys, welcome back to Just Talking, where I talk at you and you sometimes listen. So today we're doing a sort of how to use, how to buy, and what's included in the season pass at Blackpool Pleasure Beach in the northwest coast of England. And of course I will also be talking about whether or not it's actually worth buying for this season, next season, and just in general. And if this did actually help you or you just enjoy my content, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have on how to redeem your pass and what else you can use with it. And of course, just make sure to support and be nice. And yeah, of course, let's get into how to get the season pass in the first place. So go on to www.blackpoolpleasurebeach.com, and on the plan tab of the website, press on the season passes option, where there will be an icon to purchase the pass itself. Of course, at the minute only the Platinum Club is actually available. The Diamond Club, I will talk about what was included in that, and you will probably see why some of the perks for that were removed from both the Platinum Pass and also why the Diamond Pass was basically fully removed. But of course, hopefully it will be returning after the pandemic. And of course, then go to https://today.blackpoolpleasurebeach.com/season-pass to register your season pass using the holder's forename and then the unique code that will be sent to your email once you have actually purchased the pass. I will get into some of the prices of the Platinum Pass and some of the additives that you can have onto it as well in a minute. So then you will need to upload a picture of the holder similar to your e-ticket, and then book your visit by selecting the date that you would like. This can actually only be in the next 7 days, and you will then need to add your details, which is a one-time step. That is your forename, surname, email address and phone number, and I believe that's just about it. I'm not too sure if they actually need your address anymore. And then an e-ticket will be sent to your email. I did of course do a video on how to use the e-ticket and the speedy pass, so if you'd like to find more information out on how to use them, then of course you can always watch this video after this one. Of course, I did just mention that visits can only be in the next 7 days. So, of course, that does include the day that you're currently on, I believe. So, you can actually book from on the morning to go on the same day, so long as you can get there at any point in the day. Of course, if you don't arrive at any point on the booking date, you will not be refunded because, of course, all your visits are free. And the cost for the Platinum Pass is £125 plus a £50 for the DigiPhotos Photo Pass, which will allow you to get digital photos for your rides that you've been on for a full year, and of course that is £50 on top of the £125 per person. So if you only need it for one person, then that's completely fine. And of course that means that you'll go to whichever ride photo area you need to go to, or you can actually go to some of the pop-up stands that they have around the park for the digital photos. And then of course I believe they do actually use your e-ticket because all these things will be linked up to that. And then of course it'll go into your camera roll or the DigiPhoto Pass section of the website. And then of course you can print them out and look at them as much as you like. So what's included in the Platinum Pass? Not too many people actually know which reductions there are. Most of them are 10% discounts, but they do really make an impact on a lot of different purchases, suggesting that things normally don't go over, £30-40 when you're actually at the park. So you do get unlimited rides and visits to the park. Of course, there is no longer the ride ticket system where you have to, pay a certain amount of money to get a certain amount of tickets to go on a ride. That no longer exists, but of course you can go on whichever date you want so long as the park is open. And of course that is only 7 days booking area, so you can't book months in advance in case there's any sort of closure issues or, the need to cap the amount of guests in the park, and that's just to protect things in case any of the restrictions change with the current situation. So there will be 10% off the Speedy Pass. Standard Speedy Pass is £25, and that cuts wait times by really nothing. I think there's sometimes a 10 to 5% reduction, but all it means is that you basically go onto the website. Of course, you can use my video if you need to find out more information. You go onto the website, you book a ride in, and it will have a countdown of the wait time, and then once you've done that you can go up to the ride's exit and get on. So that just means that you don't have to wait in the queue line. And the VIP one is £50, and these are both per person, and that cuts wait times down by 90%. So you do actually get quite a decent reduction on these, really, because the VIP one you get £5 off, which can make a bit of a difference if you're just going by yourself, really. There will also be 25% off full price, I believe, percento, packages, which is the location and character photos. So of course, if there are any reductions on the day for these photo packages, then you won't be able to get it. And basically, what this includes is a little like leaflet flip book type of thing, including, I believe, 4 location or character photos. So that can be in the Nickelodeon Land area, with some of the characters there, such as SpongeBob, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or some of the Paw Patrol characters, or location areas. Of course, you can actually get these pictures separate and on the day. Of course, you won't get any reduction for those. And of course, you can find that on the pathway down to Avalanche by the Coasters restaurant, by Wallace and Gromit's Philomatic, if you just want a separate one. That's really the only location where you tend to find these sorts of people with the cameras, but you can also find them by Avatar Airbender, I believe, as well. So you can, of course, get those packages for a reduced price. You do also get 20% off the Pixel ride photos, which I believe are the ones which is when you get off of the ride on Icon or Big Run, and of course you can get the picture in the snow globe, in a glass frame, in a normal frame, or just a paper frame, and that can be quite a nice discount if you want to make a memory from going on like a certain ride like the Big One or Icon or even Revolution, so that's quite a nice option as well. You'd also get 10% off Ripley's Believe It or Not, which is along the Ocean Boulevard on the front. And of course, I don't believe you can I'm not too sure if you can just go up and show your season pass and they'll let you in, or if you have to book in advance. I don't really have much information affiliated with Ripley's. So I believe they will have some information on their website, but of course, you can also book Ripley's with your normal ticket, so you can get a bundle, but there isn't really a reduction in the ticket price, and I don't believe you can use your season pass when booking it like that, but I'm not entirely sure. There is also 10% off of all meal deals in the park, and this is only on park-owned vending stalls and restaurants, so that excludes Starbucks, Burger King, and Krispy Kreme, but of course, if you do go to Big Pizza, the Snack Shack, or other restaurants and stalls that are owned by the park, and this does also exclude fish and chips, you will get 10% off. Of course, then you will get 10% off of retail, including stationery, clothing, and anything else, but it does exclude show merchandise such as Hot Ice and Nick Slime Fest. You will also get 10% off nights at the Big Blue, and also 10% off food at the Big Blue. I believe this is for the bar and the restaurant too, so that's quite nice for getting some reductions. And the Big Blue is really specialised for families, in my opinion. I did a review on it a while back, but it's definitely great to have some reduction on it, and it's really nice to be able to stay at the park for a little bit cheaper. You'd also get 10% off food at the White Tower restaurant, which is located on the casino building. That's a more reserved sort of restaurant, but it serves really nice, fresh Lancashire produce in the food. And, it's really nicely decorated, and you do get a nice view out onto the front and all the different piers. You do also get 10% off the Adventure Golf, which is just in front of the casino building. And of course, you can do that before or after you've been in the park, during you stay at the park. And of course, that's just a really nice little golf course that you can do with your family or by yourself or with a friend. And then there is also discounted Hot Ice Show tickets, and I believe when you do book your season pass, it will come up with a variety of dates that you can actually book discounted tickets at. Or when you visit in the park, you will get an alert, and it will say if you have a free or a certain reduction on Hot Ice tickets for when, they are showing. Of course, Hot Ice shows do not show on a Sunday, just as a little warning. So this is how to redeem your perks using the card, so how to obtain the card in the first place, and then how to use it. So, of course, you do not need the card to book a visit. At the moment, all bookings are made online and cannot be made physically on the day, but if you are booking online, you can book for the day that you are currently on. However, you will actually need it for the discounts, and to get it, you need to, first of all, on your first visit, go to either the Globe, which is here, of course. One of the entrances to it is backing onto the car park. Of course, you can see part of the Loki's Bar building right there, and of course, that's by the car park where the toilets are, or the ticket centre, which is underneath the casino building, and then give a staff member your booking and pass number, which of course will be on an email, so you can just bring the email up or you can write it down if you'd like. They will then take a picture of you. I don't believe that if you have already taken a picture, you will really need it again. They might just ask you to pull your mask down if you are wearing one, just to confirm that that face is yours. They do need that for both the season pass and the e-ticket, just to make sure that people aren't coming in with masks on and getting away with having someone else's ticket. And the card will then be printed off for you and can be scanned in the places at the park where the discounts are eligible. So of course, if you are at a food vending area when, the bill comes or you are paying at the counter, then of course you can show your season pass, so we'll scan it for you and then the reduction will be made for you then to pay. And that's of course really handy, so, if you are going, to get some merchandise, like say you're getting a shirt, you can just get the shirt done and they will ask, oh, do you have a season pass? Then you can show it, or you can say, oh, I have a season pass, and then they will of course add that reduction for you. They will just make sure to scan it so then it's valid. So if you do, but also if you did have a season pass in 2020 but you never used it, so you never went to the park, you will most likely have that for this year as well. I'm not too sure if that's really relevant for anyone watching this video though. Of course, what was included in the Diamond Pass when it was available, there were some things that were also involved in the Platinum Pass as well, and we'll just go through those right now. So these are the things that are the same as Platinum. So you had free entry to the Pleasure Beach and discounts. There were some additional discounts for the Diamond Pass. You got free visits to Portaventura in Salou, Spain. You got free admission to Isla Magica in Spain. You got free admission to Europa Park in Germany. You got free admission to, I believe, Leesburg Park in Sweden. And of course there was another park that was available for free admission in the Netherlands, but there's a lot of theme parks there, so I'm not too sure which one that was. I can't really remember. But of course, this is a really great option if you do, want a Platinum Pass, which is £125. And of course, these are some really big ticket European parks. These are the staple parks that you have free entry to. So if you do, of course, want to have a more affordable holiday where you really only have to pay for the hotels, I do believe there was some slight reductions at points for hotels available. Some of them would only come up when it was sort of off-season-y times, or it's starting to get colder in those countries. Less people would typically visit around that time unless we're doing Christmas events. Then you'd sometimes see an additional discount even as standard, but you would also similarly get one if you had the Diamond Pass or Platinum Pass. And of course it just meant that, your holiday was a lot cheaper and you didn't have to pay as much, and you just have to pay for your flight and your hotel mainly. Of course, there was also further reductions to Platinum Club discounts, and some of the 10% ones would either go up to 15% or 20%, and normally the one that was at 25% would maybe go up to 30% or even less. But of course there was also heavily discounted or even free photo passes available, and there was a lot more other discounts that were apparent. And of course some of these discounts do change or get removed, or discounts get added from year to year depending on what's popular and the sort of things that people with the season passes want, and based on the feedback they get from the press or any guests that have left a review on the season pass. So of course this will probably be returning when restrictions lift. Just because, there's a lot of sticky rules with, green lists and amber lists and different countries going into lockdown. So they're trying to avoid getting people into different countries just for the safety of, guests and other people from different countries. So, of course it will be returning at some point, and I'm not too sure of the price. It was probably around £200, £230, but of course with all the different parks you can go to, that's a really great option. So is it actually worth getting this season pass that is currently available, the Platinum one? So for people who do visit the park often and typically spend over the amount the season pass costs through either bookings, foods, hotels and retail, it's a great way of saving money, because if you spend quite a lot on going to the park multiple times a year and then you'll spend loads on food that isn't really, like Burger King and Starbucks, because of course you don't get a discount for them, or you spend, quite a bit on, merchandise. It can be a really good way of just chipping off of that price, even if it is, by maybe £10 for merchandise, or by £20 for food. It does really make a big difference. And then, of course, for the people who enjoy frequently visiting the park and what, often make use of the ride photos or, the location photos, because I like to have nice family pictures, it can make for a great way to, save money on those sometimes dear photo packages whilst also making memories. And it can be quite nice getting that reduction off of ride photos so you can take a little souvenir home that's personal to you. And of course, the main key thing that I've mentioned so far is actually people who frequently visit the park. And I think this is really good for people who visit a lot. And obviously for people who do stay at the park, such as using the hotels, or they'll go into the park on multiple days and want to, experience more of the services like the food or retail or some of the shows and Ripley's, it's a worthwhile option to look into, because of course getting some of the reductions on the tickets saying you can bring more people along is a really great option. And of course, going to Ripley's and taking some time out of your day to experience that might be something that's attractive to some people. And of course, getting those more ride photos and getting to experience the shows, really adds to, the whole experience. And if you're a fan of the park and you haven't done hot ice, then I definitely recommend, if you have a season pass and you have a reduction that looks nice to you, definitely go and see it. So for the people who visit once or twice a year, it can be expensive and pointless, because the thing is really for like two people you might be looking at like £60, £125 is really just going to come up to you going twice. So it's not very worth it, because really if two people are going at the normal sort of rate of £35 for an adult, then you're looking at maybe you're saving £20 on getting a season pass. It's not really that worth it if you just go twice. But obviously, if you do make use of a lot of the food services, shows, you go to the hotel a lot, it can be really great, because of course a lot of family trips can get quite expensive, and if you have a season pass, then at least one or two of you can actually get a discount on things. And if you have kids, you don't really need a season pass for them. If you can pay the prices for the kids, then of course you can, if you have like a certain person in your family who likes to buy a lot of merchandise, then they can just use their season pass card. And of course they don't really condone sharing these cards and things. They like for everyone to have their own, but of course if you do have a certain family member that visits more than the others, then this is definitely worth it. So yeah, that was really it for this video. I've really enjoyed making this video. I really like helping people out with things like this, because it can be a confusing process to get these cards and use them and know how to operate them. And it can be a little bit embarrassing to get there on the day and not really know what you're doing. But of course, if you are just looking to get a standard pass after this, and you just want an e-ticket, or you maybe want to look into Speedy Pass because it kind of tickles your fancy having 90% reduced queue times, then you can of course check my video out or check my others out. I do have a new channel trailer up if you do want to see what more of my content's about. And yeah, I really do hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, this is just talking.